This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Okay, so Jay-Z only pops his head out when he feels like he's being disrespected to a degree, and this is the only way to answer it, right? He can't take that. Dame Dash, and it's always people from his past that were close to him. So Dame Dash, DeHaven, they're making a lot of noise out here now about Jay-Z. They're disrespecting the legacy of Jay-Z in his eyes. Dame Dash is telling his truth. DeHaven's telling his truth. Jay-Z's not the greatest person in the world. Shocker. Shocker. When someone gets to that level, usually some toes were stepped on at least. At least. We can go beyond that there's skeletons in the closet. Do you know how many people I saw DJ Khaled do dirty to get to where he's at? But Jay-Z did a lot of people dirty too. If you're not bowing down and kissing these people, the only people that are still around Khaled are people that kissed his feet and let a lot of things slide, which is okay. I get it. Okay? Same thing with Jay-Z. Dame Dash had a lot taken from, and so did DeHaven. And Jay-Z's going to come out, and that's who he's going to diss on these records. That's the rumor going around. He's been in studio. He's going to release another album. And something's got to be behind it this time, because something's got to help it sell, right? So we'll see what conglomerate he attaches himself to this time. It'll probably be Cash App, to be honest, because he's on the board. And that'll be a problem for Jack Dorsey to deal with, because the board members and stockholders will not appreciate the buying of Jay-Z's album to promote Cash App, which is just like the Tidal deal was atrocious. They've done nothing with Tidal. Now, Jay-Z stopped this, like he kind of tarnished the sale of the Roc-A-Fella shares that Dame Dash owned. Dame Dash has spoken about this, saying that, because like recently New York State actually bought the shares for $1 million. They went on the market for $850. They got it for $1 million at the auction. Nobody else bid it. Now, Dame Dash claims that Drake made a bid and didn't follow through on it. I wouldn't have announced that. It was probably a private in talking, not an actual bid. Let me see if this is it right here. Damn, I had it pulled up. Oh, here it is. Right.
People really don't understand that from that third of reasonable doubt for the last over 10, 15 years, I wasn't receiving any royalties, And the reason why was because, I had found some money that they didn't tell me about. And, I took it because I knew that I would never get paid. There was no intention of me ever getting paid. And I don't feel like playing over that asset.
Jeez. Instead of Dame Dash going to court and making sure he would get paid, he took money from an account, and they've just been replenishing that money since.
No one showed up. And the state made a bid for it of $1 million. And that's really what it was worth.
Okay, so Dame Dash said that's what it was worth. But Dame Dash wanted Drake to pay $6 million and was okay with that?
So if I'm making $120,000 a year, and let's say at a 10 times multiple, that's what usually things are bought for, it'd be worth like 1.2. What this really
at a 10 times multiple
taught me was that in the world, homie isn't as big as he portrayed. I thought more people would be interested in buying it.
Oh, okay, so he's saying Jay-Z's not as big as he portrayed himself to be, and more people would have been interested in buying his legacy.
Because of the art value of it. And that's the only thing I was selling. Because of how everyone portrays they love this dude, if they really loved him like that, I thought some some collector. I thought some collector, like the Wu-Tang thing, like Wu-Tang is loved. People really value them a certain way. When people buy a piece of like a piece of vinyl that no one.
No, he's right. You can watch the rest on American New. But he said Drake put in a bid for $6 million and it just disappeared. I don't blame him. He probably did his homework and said, it's not really worth to get a Roc-A-Fella chain for that. Plus, Jay-Z would have just clowned him on wearing a Roc-A-Fella chain. Like, say Drake started wearing the Roc-A-Fella chain. Like he wears the Tupac ring. He would have gotten clowned for it. Because it's not like, wasn't given to you, All right, so then we got Beyoncé. She's set to headline a halftime show at the Ravens, Texas Christmas Day game. She's going hard. See, most people at her status would be at least reserving Christmas for the children, right? But she continues to work because she's probably going to be setting off. She's going to announce her cowboy tour. That's the rumor for her country album. And people wonder why she has to tour so much. She has a deal with Roc Nation, man. Like, these people get a huge amount of money, right? For exclusive tour rights, right? That means you got to do so many tours in so many years to generate that money back. You get that advance and you got to pay it back. It's not rocket science. It is what it is. So that's going down. Then we got Shyne talks about Diddy. The only excerpt I caught so far is that Diddy went to go visit him in prison, and he tried to spit in Diddy's face. And then Envy was like, well, I guess that's why he didn't visit anymore. He's like, I didn't want him to visit. Yeah, because Diddy set him up. And that's a fact. I don't care what Funk Flex says or anything. Diddy wasn't going to take the fall for that. He has nobody to take the fall for what he's going through now, unless he starts snitching on people. If there's anybody to snitch on. We'll see. And lastly, we revisit the Nicki Minaj destroying somebody, a fan, on her new radio station. I think it's called. She's been getting a lot of deals with this radio stuff. Station head now. Salute to her. She's always finding a way to get to that bag. People know all the barbs will subscribe, and that's not a bad thing. There it is.
Colorfully trying to explain how you do things clearly is telling that the people are wanting something more than what you've been putting out. You know what I mean? Because you wouldn't have to keep explaining what your process is.
No, I was explaining it to you. My barbs know the process. I was explaining it to you because you put out 12 songs and they've all flopped. When those 12 songs that you put out get on any Hot 100 chart.
Well, no. But
that's when I will talk to you. You know why you
do you
know why you still doing TikTok? I mean, do you know why you still doing YouTube talking on YouTube about
because that's
Nicki Minaj?
What I do because you are a celebrity.
About Nicki Minaj after 17 years. Do you know why you still talking about Nicki Minaj?
Yes.
Because while you was putting out them whack 12 songs, I was queening. Okay?
Okay, that's so why. Listen.
You see, had you had a hit, that you...
Listen, Big Difference should have been a hit, but it wasn't because that second verse which was trash. You know that. See, you gotta stick to it. Or we want to talk about it. Big Difference was supposed to really go.
Thank you. No, I'm glad you did this. I am glad you did this. Oh, thank you, Jesus. This Gumby nigga just got one here talking about what coulda, shoulda been a hit. Sweetheart, do you know how many plaques I have from Pink Friday 2? Do you know, you dumb motherfucker, how many platinum plaques Pink Friday 2 has?
The way that...
I don't know. I just like that for some reason. She went in. Anyways, guys, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. Smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. I'll check you guys in the next one. Peace.
Jordan Tower.
New.